Welcome to Live.In.The.Kitch.With.T, and today we're making peanut butter sauce. And this is inspired by my favorite Ugandan dish, G-nut sauce or Bineybwa. I don't even know if I said that right, but it's okay, you get the point. So we're gonna need some tomatoes, some peanut butter, some basil, turmeric, brown pepper, salt. I like to put my sea salt in a honey jar because it's a lot, and some oregano, some dairy-free butter. You don't have to use dairy-free butter, you can use whatever butter you like, some coconut milk or whatever milk you prefer, tuna, mushroom, spring onions. Some of these things are optional. The only main thing that is you have to make sure that you use is tomato. It doesn't have to be raw tomatoes, it can be tinned tomatoes, and then you could have it plain, or you could add in different kinds of vegetables or whatever you want to add into it. So right now I'm chopping up my mushrooms, and I've already cut up my spring onions, as you can see, and I'm gonna fry it. And I like to preheat a separate pan so that I can fry it with tuna, because it's very important that if you're putting tuna in it, that you fry the tuna separately from the sauce, because it can make your belly run if you don't. So I usually just put the mushrooms in with the tomato, but today I thought, let me mix it with the onions and the tuna, so give it that extra little flavor, so yeah, here I am. I've added the tuna, whatnot, and gotta fry it up and make sure that it turns brown ish. You know what I mean. You know what it look like when it's ready. I hope you know what it look like when it look ready. But you can see the pinkness is starting to kind of disappear. That's what we need to go. Yeah. And when you're making your tomatoes, you have to make sure they kind of turn soft. And then when they get to that point, you then add your peanut butter and your butter. I like to add butter because obviously peanut butter is kind of a bit tough, so like the butter just kind of smooths it out. And then I add my coconut milk. You don't have to use coconut milk. Again, you can use whatever milk you like or just water. I am going to add water as well, because I usually use a thicker kind of milk, like almond milk, which makes it better. So I just added some water because I don't know why I added water, but I just added water for the vibes. No, I think there wasn't enough milk. That's what it was. So then when the fry is ready with the tuna and everything, you add it to the mixture, and then you start adding your seasonings and stuff, and then you mix it in, mixy, and then you can add in some spinach. That's again optional. I just like to make sure that this is very nutritional and whatnot. And then I go in and add in my salt again, mixy. And then again, some more seasoning, oregano. I really like adding oregano to a lot of things. You're gonna see me use it in a lot of my cooking videos because I just like the taste of oregano. And as you can see, it's starting to get yummy. It's starting to like color out and everything. Now if you don't like the consistency of it, you can add more peanut butter to make it more thicker. And obviously if it's too thick, you can add more water or more milk, whatever you prefer. And make sure you taste it, because you want to make sure you've got enough salt in there, but obviously don't overdo it. But that's why I like to use sea salt, because when it comes to sea salt, you don't really need to put too much salt. It does the job, whereas compared to table salt, you need to put like damn near the whole thing for you to be able to taste the salt. But yeah, as you can see, it's thickening out, and this takes about like 25 to 30 minutes. And when it's ready, you can serve it with what you want to serve it with. So today I had it with mash, but you can have it with a grain or like rice or quinoa, or you can even have it by itself, because it is protein, so it is quite thick. It can be quite heavy, so don't get too carried away. Or you can even have it with some chapati, some roti, some bread. So here I made some gluten-free, dairy-free bread, and I just put it in the freezer just so I could be able to fry it up when I wanted to. and it's real nice. I'm gonna do a video on that real soon. But yeah, see, as I said, oregano. But thank you for tapping in. Let me know what you think of it, if you try it, if you want some more videos. Deuces.